Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Nakubiana Mufaya Siameka, or just Dr. Mufaya. In today's episode or in today's video, I want to talk about um, dealing with depression. I know it's something that many people are going through right now, and myself inclusive. Um, Apart from, of course, the whole COVID situation that is affecting everyone, people in our current generation have had to deal with depression. Um, so many people have had to deal with depression. So I just thought, why not talk about it and maybe uh, help someone and help someone to deal with it or to know how to cope with depression when they find themselves in that situation. To start with, I will define what depression is. Depression is a mental disorder that is characterized by um, a low or depressed mood, a persistently low mood, and loss of interest in activities, causing impairment in daily life. So, when we talk about depressed mood, somebody who is sad, and the sadness should be there for quite a while. Um, for it to be diagnosed as depression. So it's not just a kind of sadness where you feel sad today and tomorrow. That's not depression. The symptoms have to be there for at least 2 weeks or more than that. Losing interest in activities that you once enjoyed. Um, let's say if you enjoyed cooking or singing or biking, traveling, meeting people, any activities that you really enjoyed before and now you don't enjoy them anymore. That's loss of interest in activities. So, depression is significantly, persistently low mood that affects your daily life as well as loss of interest in activities. So, depression has a way of really affecting your daily life. If you have had depression before, or if you have depression, then you understand that you probably don't have the energy for doing anything. And those are some of the symptoms that depressed people could have. They could have changes in sleep patterns. Maybe they sleep too much, or they don't sleep at all, they sleep very little. Changes in appetite, and maybe they might gain so much weight because they are overeating, or they might become so slim and slender because they are not eating enough. So changes in sleep, changes in appetite, um, changes in energy. So somebody that used to be very bubbly and happy, but now they are more quiet and they don't really socialize as much. They don't have energy for anything. Apart from the social aspect, also loss of energy for doing even the basic things like getting out of bed or just brushing your teeth or just making yourself food to eat, things like that. Those are some of the symptoms of depression. People would also um, have suicidal thoughts. If they might have depression and they might have suicidal thoughts rather. And I've had suicidal thoughts, not just once, um, many times. I know it's really bad, but yeah, I guess God has really been there for me. So, what really causes it is really not known, but there are several factors that lead to someone being depressed. It could be biological factors, and by biological, we mean um, chemicals in your brain that are not firing well, or you don't have enough of certain chemicals, and that is where medication comes in. Like when you go for therapy and your therapist prescribes you some medication for depression, that is what they do. They help you to stabilize your chemicals in your brain so that it might be able to function better and be able to process thoughts better. Because that's biological. Then there are other factors like psychological factors. Maybe something happened to you that has caused you to feel depressed. Um, Social factors, environmental factors, and also genetics. Even genetics play a role in depression. There are others that um, they have inherited it from their parents. Maybe somebody in their family had it, and so they have also inherited it. Personally, I do not know how I got to have depression, but maybe it's genetic. I think my mom went through a season of depression at some point. Environmental as well, because I think growing up, the tension that was there in our home, you know, it had a bearing on my behavior in a way. Other things would be personality. Personalities also, there's some personalities that are more prone to depression. A sanguine, melancholy, and choleric. Melancholy personality is more like a depressive personality because somebody has. If you have that kind of personality, then you're more likely to experience depression on a regular basis than other people because you might have more triggers. Yeah. So now coming to how to cope with depression. First things first, I would say you have to pray and read your Bible. So God created everyone and He loves us all and He wants the best for us. And I'm sure we all know the verse Jeremiah 11 verse 29. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. And that should really give you so much comfort knowing that God is really there for you and that no matter what happens, um, God still cares for you. So, the first thing I would say is that you have to really trust God and pray every day, read your Bible, no matter um, how terrible you feel that day. Just find time to just read a verse and pray. The second thing is that capitalize on your friends and your family. Make sure that you don't isolate yourself. Find yourself where there are people so that you can be able to have conversation and talk to other people. It will help change your mood. So in that instance, talk to someone about what you are going through and let them know so that they may be able to help you, um, cheer you up in the best way that they can, and maybe even remind you to do certain things. That way, you'll be able to start back and getting back into a routine slowly but surely. The other thing is um, try to do activities that you previously enjoyed or find new activities that you can enjoy. That will be able to lift your mood and help you to stabilize in your mind. It's important that you do this and just try your best because it will help you. The other thing is meet your deadlines. I know how hard it is to meet your deadlines, but if you're a student and you have assignments, make sure you do them. If you are working and you have a deadline of doing something, make sure you do it because you will feel terrible and it might just add up to your depression that you are already feeling. So meet your deadlines. I've had depression for a long time, and I think the earliest time I remember being depressed was when I was about 13. And from that time on, I think my life has been a roller coaster of ups and downs and trying to figure out who I really am and um, just trying to get to know myself and understand myself and maybe also try to live a better life because I wasn't happy. I was not happy at all. And um, I just thank God because God brought certain people in my life that really helped me. Yes, God brought certain people in my life that really helped me. My friends and in university, they were always supportive and encouraging and motivating, and I really thank God for them. Venice Yamuzoka, Venus Yamuzoka, Alice, Chimbo, Tapiwa, Kalengo. These people were always there, and I really thank God for them. And so many others too that God used to reach out to me and just bring me out of the darkness that I was in into His marvelous light. And I also thank God for my husband because um, for me to be able to come out and talk about this is because I've something has changed in my life ever since I got married, and I thank God that He's used my husband in a way that He's not been able to use anybody else in my life to bring me to this point where I can actually talk about being depressed and how to deal with depression with other people. Yeah, I thank God for my husband because he's really been there for me, and he's been like a therapist, I would say, because there were times when I would really feel down and sad, and you would really be there to comfort me and just take me through my feelings to find out what is really going on, and just help me to unpack all the load that I was carrying, and just uh, help me see it in a better light, and um, reposition my thoughts in a certain direction that would lead to a better and happier life. So I really thank God for that. So that brings me to my last point, and that is find a therapist that you trust, somebody that you can talk to, whether it's a psychologist or just a counselor or your pastor, or um, maybe it's a family member that you can really trust, somebody that will give you good therapy. Um, it will really help because they might see things in a certain way that you do not see them, and they will give you good guidance. Yeah. If all things don't work, do not hesitate to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, a psychiatrist rather, who would prescribe medications for you to help you um, have better stimulation in your brain to have better thought processes. Yeah. So that's all I can say. And I really do hope that you'll be able to come out of your season of depression and be able to deal with this because it is affecting so many people now. I hope you've learned something, and please do like my video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.